Hi, so this is just a quick tutorial. Actually, I don't know how quick it'll be, but it's a tutorial on how to use this specific template for your classroom. And so if whether you're a student or a teacher and you want to use this to make an introductory video, that is what this video is for. So first, in the top right corner, we notice there's this little box that says my video face goes here. So if I click on present and I move my face there, as I go through my slideshow, my face stays in the same spot every time. So I noticed that when I first got into making video presentations that I would end up having this like really cool design on the screen, and then I'd have to constantly be moving my face. So we don't want to do that. We want to just keep it in one spot. So name of your class goes here. So you just highlight those words, and I'm just going to go with biology. Wow. You know what? First, we have to make a copy. That's why we were having trouble. Let's try this again. You're going to also have to make a copy anyway, so we're good to go. Okay, so let's try this again. Biology. There we go. Okay. And you are probably going to have to move that up just a little bit. And then this again is for an introduction video. It's going to be the first assignment that you give in your online class is just getting to know your students. And then I have this little banner here that says, don't put anything here because it sometimes gets cut off. And then there's a question mark. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just going to put it into present mode. And you can see that it is not getting cut off. So that is actually, so it actually could be a lot smaller. It could be like half that size. Let's do 10. Let's see what that looks like. So what basically, I'm gonna undo that all. But basically you can delete this once that's there. You just want to be cautious that sometimes that can get cut off. Like in my presentation, this like I'm using Screencastify, and this block right here is, and then anytime I move, it is blocking the bottom half of this presentation. And so the big thing for that, for future reference would be, if you were posting a graph that had data at the bottom, and then you go to present that slide and it's right in the bottom right corner or bottom left corner, and then that data is blocked. So just always kind of leave this blank. All right, next slide. So you're just going to put in your name, and I am Mary J. Haberman, not to be confused with my mother-in-law, who is Mary G. Haberman. And then these all are, they're all ready to type. So like, I don't have 3 fast facts that I'm willing to put on YouTube for you guys. So just, 1, 2, and 3. You just type them in. They're all ready to go. And then, again, like I just put a little note here that your video stays here. Your video face stays there. One thing for your name, just because there is like this really cool background here, you could shorten up your name, if you want more of those trees showing. Same with the fast facts. If you have quick, short fast facts and you want more of that scenery showing in the background, that's fine. All right, so then this next cue is to insert a picture of you and your friends here to tell the story of the day that you took this picture. So for this purpose, like obviously I'm not going to share any pictures of my friends because I don't have their permission to be sharing them on YouTube. But and I don't even think I have any pictures of myself on YouTube. Like I can probably show I wonder if I can copy this. Here we go. So I'm going to just show you how to do this. So say, like, for example, a lot of schools, people have their, like, their actual picture instead of a Bitmoji. You could save this image as, or any time that you're saving any image, and then just, name it, friends, and then save it. So I'm just going to show you how to save that picture. Then when it comes time for us to insert a picture, so we go up to the top, click on the insert, then image, and then upload from computer. And that's my picture of friends. So open. And so obviously this is, just a trial. So I would put my picture in here in that box, and for my purposes, I'm going to delete this background guy. Like, I don't want that there. And again, I'm going to delete these words, but I'm still leaving that there. And so then when I'm giving this presentation, I have to talk about the story. So you want to make sure that, so like one thing that I did when I made this for my class, I actually, hold on. If you hit enter after your third fast fact and hit shift tab, it'll reduce your indent, or you can also use these two buttons up here, the left arrow and the right arrow, so they move it in and out. You could like have a bullet that says, the picture, and then, when I was at school. So like just a quick reminder that when you put this into present mode, like that's a reminder that you need to talk about this picture. Okay. And let's see here what the next slide is. Okay, so your school name goes here. So I'm at Valley LC. And for this one, I'm going to scooch this over because I like this picture in the background. And then we just type in our class schedule. So now for me, with it being kind of a goofy year, I have biology twice, and then I have chemistry twice, and then advisory, and then physical science twice, and then medical biology, and then I don't actually have, so like depending on your class schedule, like oh my gosh, there we go. You might only have 5 or 6 classes, and depending on if you're fully online or if you're in a hybrid model or if you're distant learning, like all of these things are going to be completely unique to you. So in your online class, like maybe you're only in an online school, so your class schedule might look different, or maybe you're in, you're only taking one class online, so this is going to look different. And then your favorite class and why. And so like, I don't teach it this year just because it's been a goofy year, but robotics has been my favorite class to teach in the past couple of years, just because it's so hands-on. We're constantly interacting. There's a lot of work for me as a teacher that brings me out into the community, and I got a lot of donors for our team. We were able to go on a huge trip a couple years ago, or last year, just before COVID. So like all of this stuff, like it really was a very cool experience. And so normally I would put a picture of my robotics team here. And again, you can just shorten up these, get them out of the way so that the template is showing, and then put that picture in. So again, insert image, upload from computer, and then we're just going to keep using that friends thing as our example. So just make that a little bigger, delete the notes here, just delete the words, not the whole box. And then you're good to go for the next slide. And then hobbies. So obviously, I like the outdoors. So like hiking is one of my hobbies. Let's see, archery is a hobby that I participate in. Travel. These. So then you would just talk about, you know, like in this case, like my favorite thing is hiking. Obviously from this template, because all of these are hiking trips. So you could tell a story about, you know, you put a picture of your hobby. So a lot of students, they'll talk about their sports that they're involved in. One girl was, she like posted a picture of the first buck that she shot, and I think it was with a bow. So like that's some pretty impressive ability to do that. And so she talked about that as her picture. And then just some other hobbies. And so, you know, if you're in sports or you're in activities, or, you know, as a teacher, you also want to make this super personal, because the kids want to have some kind of connection with you. It's like, they don't care what it is, they want some connection with you. And then, you know, same with the students, like your teacher, they really want to know more about you. You might have a common hobby, you might be in similar classes, you might have similar facts. This whole template is just to get the teacher connected with the student right away on that very first assignment. And so then, you know, again, you're going to insert all these pictures and delete the text from the bottom. And then this is a really important thing for why the person is taking the class. So I usually have this related to the class. You can relate it to however you want, but like, so like when I do this, I talk about my career as a teacher, like where I want to be in 3, 5, and 10, 3 months, 5 years, 10 years, because that is applicable to me as a teacher. When I teach, usually my medical biology class is completely online. So I will specifically ask where they want to be in their medical career. You know, so if you want to make this as specific or as little as you want, like that is completely up to you. But so where do you want to be in 3 months? This is actually easier to start here at the 10-year goal, like where you want to be in 10 years with your career. Because it's easier to work backwards from that versus working forward. Just one of those tips that I've learned. And then at every chance, like you know, if you wanted to go to nursing school, so like if you're a high school junior, nursing school is going to be in your 5-year plan. So what are you doing right now today that will help you achieve the goal of going to nursing school? So that is one thing. So, you know, in the instance of me teaching a medical biology class, you know, taking my class would be something that you're doing right now today that is going to help your 5-year goal. You know, in your 3-month goal, a lot of kids in my class are either juniors or seniors. So, you know, if they're a senior, the 3-month goal might just be to graduate high school. Or, you know, if it's the end of the school year, maybe in 3 months they're hoping to start college. If it's the beginning of the school year, maybe their goal is to pass all their classes. You know, these don't have to be like rocket science goals. They can be simple goals as long as we are constantly working towards something like achievable. Like, you know, if your goal is to graduate, are you actually working towards graduation? Now, if you're a high achiever, obviously don't put graduation as your goal. Like, you're already gonna do that. Make this a little bit challenging. Make this a little bit tough on yourself. So that's my moment of preaching, is that, like, don't just waste this page. This should be where you spend the most time. And then again, delete my little comments. So then this is the grading rubric that I use. This is pretty simple. So you just go through and if you're, depending on how your class is set up, either you are going to self-grade, or, if you're teaching and you like don't want them to edit this, you can save this and make it into a PDF, and then they at least know what their points are going to be. So you just, give them their points. I've had a handful of students that, I forget what they forgot. I feel like they didn't put up pictures of their hobbies, so we'll just give them a 0 for that. Or they didn't, maybe they shared half. Maybe they shared one story. So, yeah, and then everybody usually does pretty good on this. But that's just an example. And so then, you as the teacher would have this rubric to give them a grade on. So that is how I do this. And then, and as if you're more of a self-guided online school, I have students grade themselves on certain things, like how are you doing? What is your status? That's completely up to you, however you want to do it. And again, this line is kind of dumb. And then this is my contact information. If you guys are interested in more of my material, you can just click here to join my mailing list. And then obviously this is where you found this video.